What's up, traders? What up, investors? Candy from the Dyslexic Investor. We're going to be looking at something that kind of brought my attention to what's actually going on here in a potential pullback. This is actually comes from a post from Wallstreetbets. I always like to use those guys because sometimes they have some really crazy ideas, but on how things come out. So this is from Mr. Crypto World. Okay, unique, right? So he's saying that in Ohio's unemployment rate is at 140,000 reports. So basically, what happens is if you're seeking help from the government, you're for some kind of substance to help with cash, with rent, or anything like this, the unemployment office, you can file for unemployment. And so this is what's happening with the jobs report that's coming out, I believe, in April 3rd, and it's showing that all the huge plants, especially in Ohio, the Nissan, Toyota, and Honda, are all shutting down next week, and this will most likely double because majority of people live paycheck to paycheck, and that being said, this could be very difficult for a lot of Americans moving forward, and so a lot of people are urging Congress to kind of push some kind of stimulus package out ASAP for folks to not have to go to the full extreme. And this is all due to the COVID-19 outbreak. So they're saying job claims across the whole United States has just been crazy, and the widespread shutdowns of a lot of commercial. Again, if we're just talking about the restaurant business, we're talking millions of people right then and there that are not getting a weekly paycheck or bi-weekly paycheck. And then this is what the thing that was quite concerning was that Goldman Sachs economist is saying that he's seen initial claims for the week ending the 21st jumping to a seasonal adjustment to 2.2 million. So 2.25 million claims. So that is, again, that's not everyone. Not everyone's running to to apply for aid. That's just a very small percentage, but it's a huge number. They're saying that it was reached 1 million before in the 80s. It says these grimaces comes as Trump administration has asked states to hold back from releasing unemployment claims prior to the national weekly jobs claims. So basically, what they're trying to do, they're not trying to create a panic in the market. And I think once you try to control something like this. This is just my intuition telling me. This is my intuition. This is what might be doing. Is that this number is going to be really high. And that's going to scare a lot of people because a lot of people in the short term, and that's going to make a lot of the trading algorithms jump. It's going to make a lot of the algorithmic trading that you see in the market intraday could jolt down quite a bit, and I think it would be quite a crazy buying opportunities, and not being able to see what happens. It could be nothing could happen, and something all could happen, but we don't know. Let's go ahead and look at the charts here. I've been looking a lot lately on a weekly time frame just to kind of give me better perspective, because if I look on a daily, it just looks I just look at it like literally a slide, or not even a slide. It's basically a whole giant hill crashing down here. Getting quite a few different alerts here. Looks like Tesla's popping off. I bought some MGM way back at $6.50. That's been a nice little trade there. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. Let's go back to here. I want to go back to the S&P 500. So a lot of people are saying, again, these numbers are supposed to be released in like 2 weeks from now, but states report sporadically, and they might have to report at the exactly end of the month or the 27th of the month. Yeah, so basically next Friday, so a week from now. Due to a lot of these concerns, I definitely could see that we could trade up to maybe 250 in SPY, and then of course it's going to be very difficult to time this. This is what you have to do with options, is time it, because options are super crazy inflated right now. So if you look at, we're going to do like April 3rd, that's 2 weeks from now. just buying out of the money option put is going to cost you $1,200 for one. You can do a spread, but that kind of negates a lot of your risk. I can see a lot of people on Wallstreetbets buying like the 200 for like $200, the $200 strike price, and getting it at that particular price. Or they can just sell calls against it, depending on how you like to do. If you're part of the Theta gang, you're probably selling calls, and if you're part of the YOLO crew, you're going to be probably buying some crazy puts within around this time frame. So that being said, like we could definitely go and touch the bottom for sure if it's a horrible number and if people literally freak out, and if there isn't anything in place regarding a stimulus package that is basically signed and ready to go out the door. It can be a very bleak insight of what could happen if the folks on the Hill don't get their stuff together. The Hill and the White House don't get their stuff together. You can kind of see here. I'm actually going to bring this down here. I want to see if this breaks here, because you can see here. Again, this is just technically understanding if it breaks the 250 level, which I want to move it up just a hair. There we go. It breaks it up here, which is good. It has been climbing the last 3 days, but it's been completely crazy oversold in the sense of just the short term. This is basically reflected in here in the RSI. You're seeing a lot of wavering down here on the very low end of the RSI. The overall momentum is still lower, which is kind of a keen here. The squeeze is kind of signaling for a potential pop. But that being said, like I think we can get up to like that 250 level, and I think we'll sell off again. So if we rally into the close today, that might be a sign to kind of lighten up things. If you literally trade intraday or just do swing trading to kind of get rid of some positions, lighten up, and get ready for another volatility increase and potentially more downsides to come, because markets just don't make a straight V-shaped bottom unless you're talking about what happened in let's do monthly, let's do weekly. Unless you're talking about what happened in December, that was literally a V-shaped bottom, but that was like self-inflicted due to the Fed trying to raise rates. But so right now we're at 0% rates, and we have kind of a potential stimulus package coming our way for some folks, but we'll see what happens. I'm just kind of keeping everything on a quite short leash. My long-term investments, everyone probably makes fun of me. I bought Tesla at 350, 365 a couple weeks, it feels like a couple weeks ago, a couple days ago. I bought some Live Nation like I did in the Mark Cuban video. I bought some MGM. I own some United, and then a couple other stocks that are still hurting me. There's like, of course, Disney. Disney's down still quite a bit. Still no news on if they're open up Shanghai yet. That's kind of once things open up in Shanghai, I think, and things are rolling out, I think this has a potential of easily coming back up well over 100 and staying there for quite some time, unless more bad news comes out. So that being said, if you guys have any questions, comments, please leave in the comment section down below, and I'll get to them. Again, guys, thank you so much for the support. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.